Hi, I'm Brian Roberts, second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles. Well, I grew up in the church with my family. My parents were really the ones that taught me about a relationship with Christ. I guess my freshman year of college, around Christmas break, was really the first time that I got to a point where I said, you know what, I'm really just going to hand everything over. I'm going to try and relinquish, myself and put it all in Christ's hands and just allow Him to really use me however He desires. I've been through some things my freshman year where I got sidetracked and lost in things I shouldn't have been in, and so that was really the defining moment for me in my relationship. Well, I think for me the biggest aspect of using what God has given me for the people around me is just to live it out daily in my walk, in my faith, and my actions and my words. I'm not one that's really going to go out and actively pursue and nag people, or but more so just try to live it out. But for those around me, we're in such a blessed situation as athletes to be able to impact so many people, not only the people within our close-knit circle, but people who see us on a nightly basis, or may hear us give our testimony somewhere, or may even just read a quote in a paper somewhere. So I think there's just so many opportunities to share our faith in minor ways. Well, I think when God really took hold of me and became the center of everything that I did, it changed every aspect of my life, not only baseball, certainly being able to relinquish the game to Him, to realize that this isn't my life, is not who I am, it's what I do for a living, and it's the platform that God has given me. I had a major arm injury at the end of 2005, and I can remember walking off the field, and I think if I didn't have God in my life at that point, I would have never been able to do it. But I said, you know what, Lord, if this is it, if this is the end of the road, and this is all that I have on this field, thank you for that opportunity. And that was huge for me to be able to relinquish it at that point. Secondly, I think within my family, certainly I got married 2 months ago, and that's been a huge step in my life, and something that without God in my life, I don't think I would have been able to do, because of my selfish desires and my all the things that get in the way of really putting somebody else before you. I had to put God first before that could happen, I think. Well, that verse in Exodus talking about not having any gods before Him is, in today's generation, is really hard to do. I think it doesn't matter if you're 60 years old, 25, or 12. There's so many distractions in this world, whether it be money, whether it be career, whether it be sexual things, whether it be there's just so many distractions. There's so many temptations that can draw our focus away from God and put it on something else and make that more important. And certainly, as soon as you begin to put something above your relationship with Christ, then everything else begins to fall away. And it's very hard in my lifestyle, I think, at times, not to make baseball my God, or make a contract, or when you're being put up on a pedestal sometimes by other people, to not feel like you're above other people, or that you have something that others don't. So that verse it can be very impactful when you think about the meaning and realizing that in every aspect of your life, you put God first, everything else will fall in place. Well, it's funny, I was just talking to a guy back here on the fact field, and he said that he saw a stat where I think less than 1% of college baseball players ever make it to the big leagues. So when you're thinking about the percent that actually make it to play college is very small, and then the percent from there that make it to play in the big leagues is even really small. It takes a lot of things. It certainly takes hard work and dedication, takes perseverance, and I think it takes God really wanting to use you in that way, and some people just that's not His desire for their life, and there's been days where I said, man, I wish this wasn't necessarily His desire for my life, even as great as it is. It's very difficult. You're in the spotlight. Everything that you do is criticized and critiqued, and so when you put that as your dream, just make sure that you're keeping it all in focus and all in perspective, and realizing that if it's not God's will, then He's got something else planned for you.